Hello. Yeah? I'm here for the gangbang.
Quarantine is cool. I had plans to stay in my bag this summer.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that now that I'm married, I'm definitely feeling a little freaked out about the fact that I'm gonna have sex with only one person for the rest of my life.
I hear there are people out there in the world who think Will Ferrell is not funny. I imagine these are the same people who put pineapple on pizza. The fact that Todd Phillips directed both Old School and Joker is one of the most fascinating factoids in movie trivia. There's a lesson in there about dreaming big and not letting anyone place limitations on your creativity or ambition. I promise you there was someone in the room who pushed back when Todd floated the idea of directing Joker, just because up to that point, he was known almost exclusively for comedy films. Old School occupies a funny place in my heart. I went into it with zero awareness and having not seen a trailer. I actually didn't really even want to watch it. But after that opening scene with Luke Wilson and the cab driver, I was fully on board. I've always been drawn to flawed characters because imperfect people are more interesting and relatable. Bad guys also tend to get the best lines. Now, I'm not passing judgment on Frank the Tank by placing him in the bad guy category, but he's definitely the funniest aspect of this film, and Ferrell is the unquestioned star. It may seem silly going through the exercise of trying to deconstruct such a simple character, but that's kind of what we do here. Is Frank the Tank just the same lovable doofus Ferrell plays in his sleep, or is there something deeper at play? Does Frank represent biting commentary on grown men who never grow up? Or maybe he represents a cautionary tale for the hundreds of thousands of people who marry the wrong person for the wrong reasons. All I know is I would show up for a Frank the Tank prequel or sequel film. Is Old School a modern comedy classic? I tend to think of it that way. If nothing else, it's a time capsule for a movie style that's fallen out of favor. The hard R sex comedy has essentially gone the way of the dodo for reasons that likely relate to woke culture and the accompanying obsession we have with not offending anyone. It's hard to write good comedy in that environment. On the other hand, I do understand how these films can be problematic. Go back and watch Superbad. Many of the jokes have not aged well. Comedy, in all its many forms and formats, is an interesting measuring stick for society. Our culture is defined in many respects by what we laugh at, and more importantly, what we agree it is okay to laugh at. The answer undoubtedly shifts over time. Your mileage will of course vary if you aren't a fan of the Will Ferrell man-child stick, but to me, Old School represents a relic, for better or worse, of a time when every year we'd get at least a handful of raunch comedies starring A-list actors. Hopefully one day they move forward with the rumored, but ultimately cancelled, sequel. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook for all the latest and greatest at Real Quick Critic, and also head to our website, thequickcritic.com, for more written reviews and video reviews. Thanks for watching. See you at the next one. Peace.
I've been grinding my whole life.